Have you ever understood exactly why a pattern exists in your life, and yet you found that understanding alone couldn't really change it? Perhaps you know why you become anxious in certain situations. Perhaps you understand the roots of a relationship pattern. Perhaps you can clearly trace your people-pleasing, your emotional reactivity, your fear of abandonment, your exhaustion, even your tendency to disconnect from your body. You may have done years of personal work. You might have tried therapy, meditation, breath work, spiritual retreats, emotional release processes, and even dabbled in different types of spiritual practice. And yet, despite genuine insight, something remains unchanged. The same emotional trigger rises before you can interrupt it. The same exhaustion returns, no matter how much rest you give yourself. The same inner contraction appears in almost all the various aspects of your life. And this can be deeply confusing because the mind says, but I already understand this. Why is it still here? Why is the same pattern appearing over and over? Now, what I've discovered after being directly involved in healing work for 50+ years is that insight and transformation are two different things. Understanding is really valuable. Having the language for what you're experiencing is truly valuable. Talking can also be profoundly healing. It's good to know that some patterns can be held primarily within the thinking mind, but many of them are also held in the nervous system. They are held in the body's protective responses, and they are also held in emotional and body memory. Sometimes they are rooted in experiences that happened before we had the cognitive ability to make sense of them. And this is why so many intelligent, self-aware, and spiritually committed people still find themselves repeating patterns they thought they had already healed. Because the body stores information differently than the mind. And when I discovered this work, color light therapy, something became profoundly clear to me. The body can very profoundly respond to thought, touch, or chemistry, but the body also very powerfully responds to light. This understanding changed the course of my life. My own spiritual journey began in 1973. For over 50 years, I have devoted my life to meditation, consciousness, healing, and the exploration of human transformation. I had the extraordinary privilege of spending 17 years in the physical presence of Osho and 26 years living within his community. This environment was a living laboratory of transformation. It was a place where meditation, psychology, emotional healing, body-based awareness, spiritual practice, and conscious relationship work were explored in extraordinary depth. During those years, I immersed myself in many healing modalities and therapeutic approaches. I was deeply interested in the question of what truly creates transformation and genuine embodied change. Then I encountered the work of Peter Mandel. Peter Mandel is the founder of esoteric medicine and the technique of color puncture, a sophisticated healing system developed through decades of clinical work and rooted in a remarkable understanding of the relationship between light, information, and the human body. What struck me immediately on meeting him and his methodology was the elegance and precision of his system. This was a detailed methodology based on applying precise colors of light to specific points on the body in order to influence the body's regulatory systems, energetic communication, emotional holding patterns, and deeper layers of stored information. I recognized immediately that this was profound work, so I committed myself fully. I trained intensively with Peter Mandel over a 7-year period. During that time, I became one of the directors of the color puncture department within the healing arts wing of Osho's international community, where I later taught a 2-month advanced color puncture practitioner training at the Osho Multiversity. Over the past 3 decades, I have offered thousands of color light therapy sessions to people from all walks of life. I have worked with those experiencing physical depletion, emotional overwhelm, trauma, nervous system dysregulation, relationship struggles, hormonal imbalance, spiritual disconnection, and deeply ingrained life patterns that conventional approaches struggled to shift. And what I have seen again and again is that when the body receives the right information in the right way, change can happen with extraordinary intelligence and precision. Because we create the conditions for the body to remember how to reorganize itself. That is what I want to share with you today. So let me explain clearly what color light therapy actually is. This is a highly structured therapeutic system with a very specific methodology. The simplest comparison is acupuncture, because both systems work with the precise points on the body that correspond with meridians and reflex pathways. In traditional Chinese medicine, these meridians are understood as channels through which energy and information move and communicate. Where acupuncture uses needles to stimulate these points mechanically, color light therapy uses highly specific frequencies of colored light. A specialized light pen fitted with colored glass rods is applied directly to carefully selected points on the skin. Each color carries a different wavelength and energetic quality, and the practitioner selects colors based on what the person's system requires in that moment. At first, this can sound unusual until we consider how profoundly responsive the human body already is to light. Sunlight regulates circadian rhythm, influences melatonin and cortisol production, supports vitamin D synthesis, and affects mood, sleep, and immune function. Red light therapy is increasingly used in clinical and wellness settings to support tissue repair, reduce inflammation, assist muscle recovery, and stimulate cellular regeneration. Blue light is used in dermatological treatments and circadian regulation. Infrared therapies are widely used to support circulation, detoxification, and recovery. So the concept of light influencing biology is already familiar. What becomes especially fascinating is the research into cellular light communication. Scientists studying biophotons have observed that living cells emit ultra-weak light as part of the biological processes. This suggests that the body operates as more than a purely biochemical machine. Alongside chemical signaling, there appears to be a subtle layer of photonic communication within cells exchanging information through light. Peter Mandel's insight is both elegant and revolutionary. If the body already responds to light, and if cells communicate through photonic signaling, and if acupuncture meridians serve as informational pathways, then applying coherent frequencies of colored light to specific points could influence how information moves through the system. This is fundamental principle of color light therapy. Rather than attempting to suppress symptoms in isolation, the work focuses on supporting communication and regulation within the entire system. Each color serves a different therapeutic purpose. Warmer colors such as red, orange, and yellow tend to stimulate movement, circulation, activation, warmth, and energetic mobilization. These colors are often used where the system is depleted, sluggish, fatigued, or lacking vitality or even joy. Cooler colors such as blue, turquoise, and violet support calming, cooling, settling, and regulation. These become especially valuable when the nervous system is overstimulated, emotionally reactive, anxious, or chronically activated. Green often serves as a balancing frequency, helping restore equilibrium when the system is moved too far towards either depletion or overactivation. Beyond these spectral colors, the system also includes what we call soul spirit colors, including rosé, crimson, light turquoise, and light green. These are used for deeper emotional, psychological, and subconscious layers of work, particularly where patterns are tied to inner conflict, unresolved emotional imprinting, or deeper psychoenergetic structures. What makes this modality particularly powerful is its relationship with the nervous system. The nervous system is constantly interpreting internal and external information. It continuously evaluates whether the body is safe, whether mobilization is required, whether shutdown is protective, and how energy should be allocated. When someone has experienced chronic stress, emotional overwhelm, trauma, depletion, or prolonged dysregulation, those signaling systems can become conditioned into protective patterns. A person may consciously understand that they are safe, yet their physiology continues responding as though threat is still present. This is why emotional regulation can remain difficult even after years of personal development work. Color light therapy works directly with these deeper signaling mechanisms by introducing carefully selected frequencies through the body's communication pathways. The intention is to support the body in reorganizing itself through coherent information. That is why many people experience the work as both deeply gentle and profoundly transformative. One of the most important questions in healing is, why do sincere, intelligent, highly committed people continue repeating patterns they genuinely wish to transform? Over many decades of working with people, I have seen a reoccurring misunderstanding. Many assume that if a pattern remains, it means they lack the ability to work hard enough, to heal deeply enough, to understand clearly enough, or commit sincerely enough. In many cases, transformation works in a very different manner. One group of people I frequently encounter is what I call the seasoned seeker. These are people who have spent years engaged in meaningful inner work. They are thoughtful, self-aware, emotionally intelligent, and genuinely committed to growth. And yet, certain patterns continue returning. There might be a recurring emotional trigger. There could be relationship instability. Perhaps there is anxiety that resurfaces unexpectedly or persistent exhaustion. They might have difficulty receiving support or feeling supported. And there is a familiar sense of contraction whenever life begins opening. This creates frustration because insight has already happened. They understand the pattern intellectually, yet the physiological response continues to aggravate. What this often reveals is that the pattern is no longer primarily cognitive. It is embedded in the body's conditioned responses. It is even embodied in cellular memory. Then there is the sensitive healer. This person is often deeply intuitive, empathic, and highly perceptive. They may already be supporting others as therapists, coaches, facilitators, healers, or body workers. Yet their own systems are extremely sensitive. They become easily overstimulated. They absorb emotional atmospheres quickly. Strong interventions feel overwhelming. Energetic boundaries become difficult to maintain. Periods of giving are followed by exhaustion or even collapse. For these individuals, transformation requires methods that work with sensitivity intelligently rather than overwhelming already reactive systems. Then there are those living inside repeating life patterns that feel mysteriously persistent. The same relationship dynamic appears in different forms. The same financial ceiling repeats. The same fear of visibility surfaces whenever expansion becomes possible. The same internal self-sabotage interrupts momentum. These patterns can feel irrational, especially when the conscious desire for change is already strong. Yet the body often prioritizes familiarity over possibility because familiarity has historically been associated with survival. And then we come to trauma, which is often far more nuanced than people imagine. Trauma can certainly emerge from major life events. It can also accumulate through prolonged nervous system stress, growing up in emotional unpredictability, chronic suppression of feelings, years of over-responsibility, relational instability, chronic overstimulation, or living in a persistent state of pressure. In these cases, the body adapts intelligently. Hypervigilance becomes normal. Emotional shutdown becomes protective. Exhaustion becomes chronic. Rest may feel inaccessible. And receiving and feeling love feels unsafe. From the outside, this can appear as resistance. From a physiological perspective, it is often adaptive conditioning. This changes how we understand healing. Transformation should become more about helping the body receive the kind of information that allows these conditioned protective responses to reorganize. That shift in understanding is where profound healing often begins. What makes color light therapy so compelling is that it is a highly nuanced therapeutic system. It recognizes something that experienced practitioners understand deeply that the same symptom can emerge from entirely different internal realities. Take exhaustion, for example. One person arrives feeling tired because their nervous system has been running in a state of hyperactivation for years. Their body is flooded with stress chemistry, their sleep is shallow, their hormones are compensating constantly, and although they appear functional on the outside, internally they are living in a state of subtle survival. Another person arrives with a similar complaint, yet the physiology is completely different. Their system is congested, sluggish, overloaded, struggling to clear physical and emotional residues. They feel heavy, motivation is low, immunity is compromised, clarity is poor, and the body feels as though it has become dense. A third person presents with what looks like fatigue, yet beneath it is profound depletion. This is a system that has been under strain for so long that it has stopped mobilizing effectively altogether. Energy reserves are low, recovery is slow, emotional access may feel distant, and even relatively gentle stimulation can feel overwhelming. From the outside, these three people all say the same thing. I feel exhausted, yet they are entirely different. This is why color light therapy works with diagnostic intelligence rather than symptom matching. Within this system, one of the foundational ways we understand the body is through diagnostic types. The endocrine type describes a person whose system is overstimulated. These are often highly sensitive, intuitive, emotionally perceptive individuals whose nervous systems are running too fast, even when their bodies are tired. Sleep may be disrupted, digestion reactive, hands sweaty, thoughts active, emotions fluctuating. Many of these people appear capable and highly functioning, yet internally they feel ungrounded, scattered, or chronically on. This is the person whose body has forgotten how to settle. Applying stimulating therapies here would only amplify the imbalance. The therapeutic task is regulation through calming the nervous system, supporting hormonal rebalancing, and helping the body move from hyperactivation towards safety and coherence. Now, the over-toxic type of person tells a very different story. Here, the issue is congestion. The body is holding more than it is effectively clearing physically, emotionally, and energetically. This can appear as recurring infections, sluggish lymphatic movement, inflammation, frequent colds, immune weakness, brain fog, emotional heaviness, low motivation, or a persistent sense of stagnation. Often, these are people who have spent years holding feelings rather than expressing them. Anger becomes internalized, fear becomes compressed, and their emotional life becomes contained rather than metabolized. Over time, the body reflects that same pattern where movement slows, flow reduces, and their vitality becomes somehow dull. In this case, the therapeutic focus becomes clearing, detoxification, lymphatic support, immune rejuvenation, and restoring movement where stagnation has accumulated. Then there is the degenerative type, which is perhaps one of the most delicate. This is a profoundly depleted system. These are often people who have been carrying long-term stress, chronic illness, burnout, autoimmune conditions, or deep emotional overfunctioning for many years. The body has moved beyond temporary fatigue into genuine depletion. These individuals often have a long history of giving outwardly while becoming increasingly disconnected from their own reserves. Emotionally, they may appear composed, yet beneath that composure, there is often profound exhaustion, self-abandonment, rigidity, emotional protection, or a subtle resignation. This kind of system requires extraordinary precision. Too much stimulation becomes draining, and too much clearing becomes destabilizing. The body must be approached intelligently, gently, and sequentially. But what makes this system truly extraordinary is that it extends far beyond physiological diagnosis. Color light therapy also recognizes that some patterns are far older than conscious memory. For example, many of the struggles people encounter in adulthood are rooted in early imprinting through the parental field. Our relationship with mother and father shapes far more than emotional memory. It shapes our nervous system's understanding of safety. This affects our relationship with receiving, with authority, trust, boundaries, intimacy, self-worth, expression, and masculine and feminine inner dynamics. A person who continually overgives, struggles to receive, fears abandonment, or feels chronically emotionally divided may be living in patterns that began in these earliest relational imprints. Then the work goes deeper still. The prenatal series explores patterns formed before conscious cognition even existed. Experiences during conception, gestation, maternal stress, womb life, birth trauma, separation, or early shock can become embedded as foundational nervous system responses. A person may have no narrative memory of these experiences, yet their body may still be organizing itself around them decades later. And then there is ancestral patterning. Families pass down protective emotional responses, relationship strategies, fear structures, trauma adaptations, and survival dynamics. Patterns repeat across generations until something consciously interrupts them. This is why someone can intellectually reject a family pattern while somehow continuing to embody it. Color light therapy gives us a way to work with these deeper informational layers where emotional loops, physiological conditioning, and inherent responses have become organized into the body's lived reality. This is what makes this work so compelling. It is profoundly expansive in the layers of human experience it can address. So at this point, many of you may be asking a very practical question. What exactly will I learn in this color light therapy training? Because this is a practitioner training. This is a hands-on immersion where you are learning a real therapeutic system that you can use for yourself, with loved ones, and if you choose, professionally with clients. Level 1 gives you the foundations of the system and practical treatments you can begin using immediately and continue using on yourself, with your family, loved ones, or even professionally for your entire life. These are treatments which are so incredible to use daily, weekly, on an ongoing basis. Level 2 takes you into deeper emotional and imprint work, where color light therapy becomes profoundly transformational. Let me walk you through that clearly. Level 1, Foundations of Color Light Therapy. Level 2 takes you into deeper emotional and imprint work, where color light therapy becomes profoundly transformational. Level 3 helps you to release any kind of imprints that you receive from mother and father that are not serving you, and also includes many other treatments which are so valuable in your life. And level 4 takes it to the next level, where we are working with the organs and the organ imprints on an emotional as well as a physical level. We can easily and naturally clear up so many issues that are held in the body as we continue this work. These 4 levels will take you to a professional aspect of this work where you can begin very confidently offering sessions to people in a therapeutic session. Now, on top of that, the reason why I call this system color light therapy is because integrated into the color puncture system that Peter Mandel has developed, I also added to it dialoguing and hypnosis for healing techniques, which helps the person to resolve whatever issues they came into the session with then and there on the treatment table. We also integrate dream work, going deeply into people's psyche, what they have been holding, perhaps for many generations or even for lifetimes. Let me walk you through that clearly. Level 1, Foundations of Color Light Therapy. Level 1 begins by teaching you how the system itself works. Before applying treatments, you need to understand the therapeutic logic behind them. You will learn how color light therapy developed from Peter Mandel's esoteric color puncture system, how meridian-based treatment works, how specific colors are selected, and how different color frequencies influence the body in unique ways. For example, you will understand why red and orange are used when the system needs activation, warmth, and energetic mobilization, while blue and turquoise are used when the nervous system is overstimulated and requires calming regulation. You will learn how to recognize the body's major diagnostic presentations because treatment selection depends entirely on understanding the system in front of you. You will work directly with the actual color light equipment. That means learning how to use the therapeutic light pen, how the colored glass rods are fitted and applied, how long to hold specific points, how treatment sequences are structured, and how precise point location works using acupuncture-style mapping. You are learning where to place the light, how to apply it, what sequence to follow, and why. Then we move into foundational treatment protocols. These are treatments people can use immediately. For example, you will learn immune and rejuvenation protocols that support the body during periods of lowered immunity, reoccurring colds, or when the system feels vulnerable and run down. You will learn lymph flow rejuvenation protocols that support detoxification and movement through congested systems where stagnation, inflammation, or chronic heaviness are present. You will learn hormonal balancing treatments, particularly valuable for nervous system stress, for patterns of hormonal fluctuation, PMS, emotional dysregulation, and endocrine overstimulation. You will learn stress regulation treatments designed to help shift people out of hyperactivation, where the nervous system remains in chronic alertness and the body struggles to settle. Pain relief protocols are also included where specific color applications are used to support circulation, relaxation, energetic movement, and physical relief. You will also learn rejuvenation treatments for depleted systems where vitality, energy, and recovery need support. Because this training is experiential, You will both give and receive treatments. This matters enormously. Reading about a therapy and actually feeling what happens in your own body are completely different experiences. As you receive treatments, you begin understanding subtle changes in regulation, energy, movement, emotional response, and systemic shifts through direct lived experience. Level 1 also introduces dream work and painting diagnosis. So fascinating. Dream work is used because the subconscious often communicates symbolically long before conscious understanding catches up. Dreams can reveal emotional themes, unresolved tension, reoccurring inner conflicts, and hidden material that may influence treatment direction. Painting diagnosis works similarly, but visually. A person is invited to express themselves through color and form rather than explanation. The way colors are chosen, how shapes appear, where energy gathers visually, these can all reveal emotional and energetic themes that language may never fully capture. These are supportive tools that deepen perception and therapeutic sensitivity. By the end of level 1, you have a strong practical foundation and can begin working with foundational treatments confidently. Level 2, deeper transformational work. Level 2 takes the work significantly deeper. This is where color light therapy begins addressing some of the earliest layers of human patterning. A central part of level 2 is the prenatal Bardo series. This is one of the most profound treatment frameworks in the system. It works with the earliest developmental imprints formed around conception, life in the womb, birth, and the immediate transition into life. Why does this matter? Because the nervous system begins organizing long before conscious memory exists. A stressful maternal environment, emotional instability during pregnancy, birth trauma, separation, shock, or early overwhelm can shape how the body understands safety, trust, connection, and even survival. These patterns may remain active in childhood, even when the person has no conscious memory of their origins. In this training, you will both give and receive the prenatal series so you understand both the technical structure and the emotional depth of the process. Level 2 also introduces dialoguing. Dialoguing is a gentle therapeutic communication process used alongside the treatments. As emotional material begins surfacing, people often need support making sense of what is emerging. Rather than analyzing intellectually, dialoguing helps the person stay connected to bodily experiences, emotional truth, sensation, and subconscious material in a grounded way. This allows emotional release and integration to happen with greater clarity and safety. You also begin learning how to hold a full therapeutic session. This includes how to structure a session, how to create emotional safety, how to recognize when deeper material is emerging, how to support emotional processing responsibly, and how to work with presence rather than simply following protocols mechanically. This is where practitioner development truly begins. After you have completed levels 1 and 2, you will be invited to do some case studies. Keep a record of that, preparing yourself for level 3. And after completing level 3, which is working on male-female balance, regulating any kind of issues that have arisen from mother-father dynamics in early childhood, you will also be invited to give and receive this series of sessions to prepare case studies which will lead eventually into the level 4. And of course, in level 4, we are going very deeply into regulating our organ function circle. These are groups of organs which work coherently together, creating a regulation of the entire inner system of how the body functions, not only physically, but also emotionally. This series of treatments is absolutely phenomenal in its ability to create lasting transformation. After completing level 4, you will also be invited to prepare case studies and to continue this work as you enjoy, because of course there are also advanced levels. After the level 4, you can confidently step forward as a full practitioner of color light therapy. And then, as you choose, you can continue advancing in this system with advanced levels of learning. This training is ideal for practitioners who already work with healing, emotional well-being, or transformation. It is for therapists to understand that emotional patterns live physiologically, and it is also for coaches who want tools that work beyond conversation, and also body workers who want a modality that reaches emotional and energetic layers alongside physical treatment. This training is also for acupuncturists and Chinese medicine practitioners who resonate with meridian work and want a needle-free complementary modality. It's also for energy healers seeking greater precision and therapeutic structure. This training can also help sincere seekers who feel deeply called to understand themselves. This training can also help sincere seekers who feel deeply called to understand themselves and healing more profoundly. It's also really helpful for anyone who is leading personal development groups or meditation processes and retreats. This is because as people go deeper into themselves, working on all different ways of opening their energetic system or deepening into meditation, issues can surface. And there are treatments in color light therapy which can be used to immediately regulate and bring peace and expansion to someone who is going through a troubled type of Kundalini awakening or some difficulty around opening their chakras. Or maybe they are simply having trouble with memories that are arising to the surface as they go into deeper states of meditation, and they don't know how to work with that. So the person who is facilitating such a group or training can be profoundly supportive by applying color light therapy into their system and teaching. If something in you feels deeply moved by the work, if you can sense that this is a modality you are meant to experience, or perhaps one day share with others, then I would love to personally invite you to join us. Together with the beautiful Ama Usha Regina, we will be guiding our color light therapy practitioner training in Bali from the 23rd to the 30th of September 2026. This is a deeply immersive in-person training where you will have the rare opportunity to learn this extraordinary healing system directly from us in a hands-on experiential setting. For me, color light therapy has been one of the greatest hidden jewels of my healing journey. Over the past 3 decades, I have witnessed its capacity to support transformation across the physical, emotional, energetic, and deeply subconscious layers of our being. To share this work is truly a great joy for me. and to teach it in the sacred beauty of Bali in an intimate, immersive environment alongside Ama Usha Regina makes it even more special. So if your heart is saying yes, if something in you recognizes this work, if you feel called to learn the language of healing through light, we would be honored to welcome you. It would be my great pleasure to teach you the power of this extraordinary healing modality at our color light therapy training. Welcome.